Hello and welcome once again to RimWorld. So in the last episode we got a very small starting building built, a few little bits dug out, and Ophelia got her own bed because she was kind of upset that she was sharing with everyone else. If she was that upset that she was sharing with everyone else, I'm sure everyone else was quite happy that she got the first bed as well, because, you know, it's not a good thing sharing a room with someone that's complaining that they're sharing a room with you. But we're digging out the other rooms so that everyone else can have their own bedroom as well, which I think is quite important. Now, I want to make sure that all of this is my home zone. I don't care if this is a home zone. I know I'm putting chunks there and stuff, but I don't really care if there's a fire there, for example. It doesn't bother me. And yeah, we want to put fires out there. So with a home zone, you will put fires out and things like that. You'll clean the floors, you'll tidy up, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it kind of matters here. Doesn't matter at all over here. But yeah. Oh, this room's been done. Now, I want this as a freezer, to be honest. So, best thing I can do, I'm just trying to think, oh yeah, temperature. That would be where it is. So, you can build a cooler and it can freeze the temperature in rooms and so on and so forth. So it will sort of keep your food longer. Now, the standard survival meal will be won't deteriorate, it will just live forever. But berries and things like that will deteriorate slowly, so if you have a freezer it stops that occurring. So, tell you what, let's dig out that entire room wall. Well, actually, no, we don't need to dig out the entire room wall. We just need that one square dug away. I'm also going to need power cables all the way over here. So my guys will go build that. You are quite fast at that. I am happy that you are that fast at that. Okay, perfect. So, we want temperature, we want cooler. Now, the blue side is the cold air, the red side is the hot air. Whenever you chill air, it'll obviously heat whatever's behind it. So in this case, it's heating the outside environment, so it doesn't matter. We also got a mad animal, which kind of annoying. Both of you draft and get out here quickly. There we go. And the animal has been dealt with. Although you got injured. How bad are you? 2 bites to your torso. Silly rabbit. So we want this to be a stockpile. However, we want it to be slightly different to everything else. I'll clear all. I want it to only have food. The other thing I want it to have is... where would it be? Oh yeah, corpses. Any animal corpses, I want to go in there as well, with the exception of insect corpses. The reason I want corpses in there is for the exact same reason I want food in there. This rabbit is gonna deteriorate due to being unroofed. It's also going to spoil in 2 days because it's not refrigerated. So by refrigerating it, it lasts longer. Now, whenever you're in any sort of attack, time slows down because you're not allowed to... well, the game wants to slow down just to make sure that you don't get annihilated without realising what's going on. So this target temperature says that it will try and keep this room on the blue side at 21 degree, and if it's at 21 degrees. If it's ever higher than 21 degrees, this will kick on and start chilling the room down. But I want it to be a lot lower than 21 degrees. I want it to be minus 10 in this room at all times. So this thing will just constantly use power to lower the temperature in this room. So as you can see, it's minus 7, minus 8. And I also want to set this room as an important stockpile. So people will put stuff in here before anywhere else. Would you mind hauling that corpse, please? Thank you. I don't mind too much about the food outside because, again, they're survival meals. They don't deteriorate in the same way. Furniture. I want a few more wooden beds around. You're a poor bed, okay. Better than the awful bed, I think. And you're a shoddy bed, wow. Yeah, the awful bed is worse, you know, minus 123. Both the shoddy and the poor bed, minus 110 and 105. So they're pretty close. Starvation. Why are you starving? Go and eat. There is food. Get up. There we go. Like, if you're starving, go and eat, man. It's not difficult. Right. I want to haul all of the rocks out of this place because they are slowing my people down. And of course, rather than picking the ones up that are, you know, in the way first, they go to whatever is closest to the dumping stockpile in terms of like the way the crow flies. That's what they'll go and collect first, rather than working out their actual pathing route and going, right, the first one I'm going to come across is this one. But never mind, as long as it all gets dragged away eventually, it's not too much of a bother. Now, as you can see, these things are deteriorating slowly because they're unroofed. So I do want to get this into a stockpile inside here at some point soon. And in fact, I think I'll do that now. Seven by 7, yeah. And we've had an escape pod fall. So you've detected an escape pod crashing nearby. If anyone survived the impact, they'll be badly wounded. You can rescue them and send them on their way, or capture them for recruitment or slavery purposes. So let's have a look. Dade, is that? A game dev. Okay. Wow, you've got some decent skills. You're very good at medicine. You're okay at cooking. Construction is brilliant. You're old as heck, though. Like 67. And don't get me wrong, being old isn't a bad thing, except in this game. Because if you're old in this game, I think over the age of 50, every year from that point on, you're liable to develop an illness of some description. You're also greedy, so he wants the best room, otherwise he gets annoyed. Oh no, he gets annoyed if he doesn't get what he wants. Huh. Well, you know what? I think we will set this to Kelly. We'll set this to Spartak. And these can be set to medical. Now someone, I don't care who, Spartak, go and rescue him. I'll heal him up and send him on his way, but I probably won't offer him a place in my colony. Because, yeah, not really interested in him, to be fair. Now, I wouldn't mind getting power into these rooms as well, so that I could actually add lights and stuff like that, but probably not going to happen yet. I would also like to build a table and chairs, even just a small table and chairs. I suppose that one will do. So that my guys have something to sit when they eat their meals, because otherwise they will continue to complain about that. Oh, it's summer. Your food crops won't grow in the winter cold. Be sure to store several days worth of food while you still can. Build a walk-in refrigerator room to prevent your room from spoiling. Yep, already on that, man. Already got the freezer. So, a shoddy chair, a shoddy table. And let me get... Oh, an awful. Oh, wow, okay. So I've got 2 shoddies and an awful. Never mind. Could be worse. Oh, and our battery has broken down. Lovely. Well, at least it didn't overload and blow up, which is a thing. Unfortunately, is a thing. Wow, you really are slow at mining, aren't you? Are they the only tables I've got? I think they are. Yeah. I miss mods with mini tables. It makes things so much easier to have like a table in everyone's bedroom and stuff. But never mind. Could be worse. Right. That requires a steel. That requires 2 steel. I kind of want to do something to the floor in here so it's not as bad as it currently is. Because, yeah, I mean, it's bad. I mean, that floor is -2 beauty. That doesn't minus beauty, but it doesn't add it either. That's a beauty of 1, but it costs 7 metal per? Wow. I think I'd prefer like a sandstone or something like that. That's got a beauty of 1. So yeah, I think we'll just have to deal with the horrible floor. Oh dear. So we've got our first raid. So let's jump to. Now your very first raid will always be just a single person with a club, unless you're playing Randy Random. And then I have no idea. It could literally be anything. But I'm going to put you over there. No, you've just got a knife. You're not going to be much help, to be honest. Actually, yeah, you might just be helpful. So get over there and melee attack him, and you run away while you have the opportunity. Come on. And Kelly, fire at him. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't get closer to him. And okay, you stop firing before you end up shooting Ophelia, because you're being a bit rubbish. Okay, right. Oh dear. Oh, really? A gunshot? Which means Spartak shot Ophelia. How close are you and you can't shoot at that distance, man? Oh my god, Ophelia, I'm so sorry. Right, let's have a look at you, shall we? You're a night owl, you're abrasive, so other people don't really like you very much. Steadfast, so your mental break is quite high. Meale's good, medicine's not bad. Actually, medicine is quite good. Decent-ish growing, you're very passionate about intellectual. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to capture you. I think I am going to capture you. So, what I am going to do is... furniture, put just down a sleeping spot in there for the moment. Eventually I will shift that to somewhere else. Change that to prisoner. And then Spartak, go and capture him. Ophelia, you go and rest. And feel better soon. I'm so sorry that Spartak shot you. Several times. Was it several times or was it just once? Just once. But you did get cracked in the arm, the leg, several times with a club, so not great. Oh, are you leaving? Are you well enough to leave now? Or are you going to try and nick some of my food or something? You're not dead, so, you know, you should be happy. Now, let's have a look at you. Social prisoner. There we go. So, I want to chat with you and try and recruit you. You don't get decent medicine, you just get, like, herbal medicine. So, there we go. Lovely job. Eating my food. Alright. 40% grown, 78% grown. Oh, new recruit. Oh my god, really? Just instantly you joined us. Okay. Well, I'm not complaining. That's one way to do it. Just like, hey, will you join us? Yeah, sure, okay. Now, I want to put a slight bit of separation between these rooms because of that. But that will be Jupiter's room. Now, as far as I know, you're a night owl as well. Okay then. And what are you set to? You're set to a doctor, which, yeah, I want you set as a doctor. I want you set as mining as well, not because you're good at it, but because I want everyone mining. When I'm just digging out rock, yeah, just everyone help. Okay, yeah, that seems fine. And you are also going to be knights. There we go. Perfect. So we've got a new colonist, which isn't a bad thing. If he lives. I mean... Oh, he has asthma. Well, darn it. So he needs to be constantly tended to. He also got his middle toe on his right foot cut off. Why are you nearly breaking then, buddy? Because of where you were inside. You didn't like it being inside there. Okay, fair enough. I can sort of understand that. You're unhappy because you're nude. Well, that's how you turned up here, buddy. If you'd brought clothes, you'd be wearing them, okay? Now, I think it's about time we harvested some of our food here. The potatoes aren't ready, but the rice certainly is. have you been trained yet? No. So there's not much point trying to train him in those yet. My colony is being a little bit slow at the moment because these two are both recovering from their illnesses. Or, well, they're recovering from fighting each other to the death until they both decided that they wanted to be on the same colony. Make you laugh, but never mind. Oh, and Ophelia's decided that she's well again and she can start... Oh, she's trying to train the husky. Picking up some of our food, which I will not complain at. Low food. Well, that's because you've just left it all out there rather than actually putting it in our freezer. If you put it in the freezer, we'd probably have more food. Though, something I do want to do is harvest. Doing this, I'll harvest anything that's sort of edible and berry plants and things like that, so it will bump up my food just a little bit, which is a good thing. A group of travellers is passing by. Oh, hello. And hello, steel. I want that steel. Now, do they have trading? No. I don't think I can trade with them. I may be able to. I'm not 100% sure. Are you literally just walking through, or are you going to stop? No, you're just literally passing through. Okay, then. Probably why they weren't interested in trading. And they're gone. Literally just wandering through like, hello, you the new neighbours? Good to meet you. Bye now. Right. Well, the average temperature inside here isn't too bad. Major break risk. Really? Why? Oh, because you're naked, because you're upset, because you're ill. You're in a hideous environment. You're a night owl in day. Ate raw food. You're naked. Well, get over it. I don't really have that much sympathy, to be honest. You know, you attacked our colony and I've taken you in. You shouldn't be upset. You should be happy. But that's all our rice picked up, which is awesome. I think I need to do something with it though, because otherwise I don't have enough steel to make a fueled stove. Wow, okay. But I do have some here and there, don't I? So yeah, I could probably do it anyway. There is some steel here and there that I can go and actually pick up. I mean, look, there we go. Just those 2 lumps there is enough steel. And yeah, Ophelia's going to collect some now. Probably to actually work on that, which I am not complaining at. Okay, set owner to Jupiter. Now I do still want this to be a stockpile room. I just needed somewhere to put my stove because I want to start actually making meals so that my guys have something to eat. And now I want you to do this until you have if we look in here, so the allowed cooking skill, I want you to be at least level 4 before you try and cook. I want there to be 20 meals at all times, and if we get down to 8 meals, I want you to start cooking again. Perfect. Okay. So some of the guys that are good at cooking will now, look, Kelly, making meals, which I think someone immediately took and started to eat. But because it's so cold in here, they're frozen and won't spoil, which is always good. Right, now I want to turn this into a stockpile. Storage, and I don't want it to allow food. And obviously I don't want it to allow corpses. No corpses at all. Thank you. And this stockpile can disappear. Which immediately goes, we've got nothing left. We have, it's just not on a stockpile. It's always good having a couple of night owls and a couple of normal people, because you have like something going on even during the night, which makes Let's Plays much easier, because otherwise during the night segments I'd just be going, yeah, nothing to see here, move on. Made a meal and then immediately ate it within the cold freezer rather than, going somewhere else. Now I want to create a joy source because my guys are probably unhappy. So we'll put a couple of horseshoe pins there. That'll be it for the moment, although I could put a chess table as well. Yeah, okay. You get that, you get a chess table. Couple of chairs so that 2 people can sit down and actually play a game. Awful, shoddy, and rock. Are you going to remove the rock? No. Haul the rock, please. Like, literally, don't just leave a rock sitting there, like... Thank you. He's still unhappy he's nude, but again, there's not a lot I can do about it yet, not until I start actually making production facilities and things like that to start clothing him. Oh look, I'm getting to the point where there's nothing to do but clean up. Oh, that's wonderful. I ain't complaining about that. We can start harvesting our potatoes, although the longer we leave it, the better we'll get out of them, like the better the harvest, so I'm tempted to just leave it until the point that they actually dig it up themselves. So right, well we've got that, so I think having a butcher's table next would be a good idea. And I'm just going to put it in this room for now because there's nowhere else to put it. Mostly because I've not dug further yet, but I will actually set that up as well. Just dig a straight path for now and I'll tell you when to stop. So their bedroom's ready for more colonists. Because eventually we will have more colonists, so may as well get it ready now. I think another 7x7 room. That'll be my crafting room. Yeah, that'll be alright. And I want another door. So another door just there. And I'll put a door just there once they've finished digging it out. Kelly's gotten food poisoning. Really? Oh, Kelly, I'm sorry. Well, how did you get food poisoning? I thought you wouldn't get food poisoning from... Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's have a look. 4. Yeah, I've only got 4 skilled people, so I can't exactly stop them cooking. So if they're giving people food poisoning, even though... That's kind of annoying. You, equip that wooden club. Because you need a weapon at least. Right, and a door just there, please. Look how quickly Ophelia mines compared to everyone else. That's brilliant. Oh, and Ophelia is now the master of our little husky. Awesome. It's a pity you can't rename the animals. But I've never found a way of doing it, so if there is, you'll have to let me know. As I say, as far as I'm aware, there isn't. Now, I want you to train in hauling, because that is probably the most useful skill an animal can have. That medicine's gonna spoil, isn't it? So, I want to add that to this. Items. Nope, not items. Raw resources, no. It's not apparel. Manufactured drugs. Where are you? Medicine, there we go. Herbal medicine, thank you. And you don't allow herbal medicine. So that way these guys will move that herbal medicine into the freezer where it won't slowly rot away. Which would be nice. Now the dog will obviously want to sleep with Ophelia. So let's give him a little sleeping box in her bedroom. We can pretty much get rid of that and that now. We'll leave one bed there for prisoners. Wow, we've run out of food again. Really? Okay. Harvest time, people. But I am going to leave the episode off here, guys. So we've managed to get a new colonist. Our little husky has been trained a little.